Path of Exile's 24th 3.0 expansion is just around the corner. With it will surely come a list of buffs and nerfs, and I've curated a list of 5 buffs and 5 nerfs I'm confident in. Some from my own head, some shamelessly taken from not Reddit. These are totally, completely, 100% confirmed. Right? My fellow exiles, welcome. I am Try. Let's talk some Path of Exile 1. Let's begin with the buffs. The first buff on my bingo board are Ancestor Totems, specifically how Ancestor Totems affect melee in general. Long have we wanted to separate out how Ancestor Totems provide significant buffs to melee temporarily, and while grinding gear games have tried to provide solutions in the form of items and passive skill tree masteries, it's still just partially addressing the problem. The totems feel bad, but they are needed to run a viable melee build capable of clearing monsters and big bosses. Fighting those lovely teleporting bosses is surely frustrating for melee enjoyers below a billion DPS, always needing to leap slam over to their enemy, recast their totems, and then start striking them. By the time the 4th strike goes out, blip, the boss is gone again. I'm looking at you, Final Phase Maven. Thusly, I am confident grinding gear games are positively addressing Ancestor Totems in this patch. Whether they are simply buffing melee skill damage, allowing Ancestor Totems to linger their effects for longer, or without great investment, or really just dropping the interaction entirely. Something shall be done. Okay, time for big buff number 2. I think grinding gear games will once again attempt to buff self-cast skill gems. They tried doing this a few patches back with changes to direct skill gems themselves, mostly focusing on spells and the like, knowing that people were simply using most spell skill gems with totems, mines, and cast down critical hit setups. I'm sure with this go at self-cast, they're going to roll self-cast power into a new set of transfigured gems. We know we will be getting more of those, and they'll need to populate the new ones in some way, and among the gems not touched, plenty of self-cast skills are in there. Let's shuffle on over to buff number 3. I posit they'll touch on dual wielding in some fashion, albeit not directly. Cleave of Rage was a massive success in 3.23. Grinding gear games might add some more transfigured gems that work well with certain types of dual wielding that shall enable spectacular builds like the one that has been ravaging your eyes during this video. Cleave of Range Berserker. Build guide incoming if no nerfs. Back to dual wielding. If transfigured gems are not added to help out dual wielders, it's definitely possible an Ascendancy rework or 2 will hit PoE this league. I'd posit the 2 that could arrive are the Assassin and Dreamcore's favorite, the Gladiator. Both of those could easily roll in some dual wielding specific skill nodes, quite similar to how Chieftain empowers gems explicitly tailored to slams and the like. I hope it's real. I really enjoyed playing Cleave of Rage in 3.23, holding a big sword and axe. Moving away to characters and to actual league content, I'm confident we shall see a ritual buff in 3.24. However, it won't be in the form of the actual current mechanic or its rewards. It'll be in the form of a new random chance for the Affliction League's end boss portal to spawn in at the end of any ritual in a map with 4 rituals. This not only would give access to yet another cool boss fight, it'd give us all access to that which was taken, the coolest new item of Affliction League, which has been confirmed to not be in the core drop pool with the rest of the Affliction uniques. This super powerful unique being in Ritual would completely change how people view the mechanic and use it in their endgame strategies. It's a shoe-in to actually happen. For the final of the 5 buffs I am confident in, I'm keen on seeing a large boost to normal pinnacle bossing. Mark Roberts specifically said a few months back that he was not a fan of the current uber normal bossing meta, wherein people who couldn't do uber bosses were just better off selling their invites almost every single time. That sucks. I'm guessing this patch will come with a rework to how uber bossing operates, perhaps gating ubers behind normal boss runs in some way, shape, or form. I know it's a delicate balance and a difficult topic to try and devise a solution for, but that's why grinding gear games are the developers, and I'm just a dude who loves their game along with the rest of you. Okay, let's discuss 5 spicy nerfs I'm quite ready for in 3.24. Beginning with my first and most confident nerf on the list, I am expecting a big shot at the Deadeye and Pathfinder ascendancies directly. These ascendancies have been in the meta for leagues now thanks to their extreme power with ranged skills and farming capabilities. I expect for GGG to bring down the thunder on them in at least 2 or 3 ways. It could be a direct nerf to their ascendancy nodes. It could be a change to the way tornado shot scales or how lightning arrow builds up. It could be a nerf to flasks and how they magnify with the Pathfinder and Mage Blood. There are plenty of avenues GGG can take with this, and I expect it to almost definitely happen, much to the chagrin of many Lightning Arrow enjoyers. Next on the Nerf Hammer list, I expect Pantheons to be toned down or weakened in some manner. We now unlock Pantheon powers on all subsequent characters in a league, thanks to the new quality of life implemented by grinding gear games. This is instantly going to be a nice defensive boost in power, right? Well, of course it will, but I think they'll also tone down the strength of some of these nodes too. Grinding gear games cannot giveth without taking away. We all know this. Number 3 on the suite of nerfs is the most beloved and most hated ability of melee enjoyers, Bone Shatter. Long has this been the go-to pseudo-melee ability, but I am hoping its time in the sun will be gone soon, at least for a bit. I reckon it'll be a direct, small nerf and a boost to other melee-specific abilities that, hopefully, will get a few new cool transfigured gems and numbers tweaks. Now, number 4 on my nerf prediction list is a league mechanic many love. It's Sanctum, which will likely be the huge currency printer with the death of Affliction. If this next mechanic does not rain currency from the sky, then people will definitely flock to Sanctum once more, which was printing mirrors in Trial of the Ancestors. I think grinding gear games will predict this and tone down the currency rewards just a bit, probably by adjusting the rarity of mirrors and divine orbs, perhaps even awakened sextants too. Finally, the last item on my nerf list for PoE 3.24 is Magic Find as a mechanic, even though Affliction is not going core. GGG might think it is too easy to scale right now, and in the manner we scale it, too screen clogging. I anticipate a few adjustments to be made, which after the absolute mega drop league that was Affliction, will likely not go well. So what are your thoughts? Are any of my buff or nerf predictions confirmed in your eyes? Tell me how right or wrong I am in the comments. Remember, I am streaming now on YouTube and Twitch. Check me out live or the VODs on either channel. It's been a blast so far. Thank you for all your tremendous support, especially Scorewin, the first Beyond Exile supporter. Appreciate you, dude. Anyways, that's all for today. Tala Moana, Exiles.